Really hot out there tonight. I came back from a walk not too long ago. Whew, hot, sweating hot. And I thought, do I feel like doing this tonight? And I thought, well, I'll sit at the piano and see if anything's kind of there. So I did, and okay, I'm gonna do this tonight. Trees. You know, I was walking over near where I live here. I kind of go a little ways, and then there's a little walkway park. Walkway, actually. It's like it's not a park, just a walkway, bikeway, I don't know. People walk there. Anyway, and there's trees on either side, and it's actually really quite beautiful. One of the things that's really lovely about this city is that there are walkways like that. Excuse me. Right in the middle of a city, you will find these wonderful little nuggets of beauty and nature. Anyway, so I'm walking along, and I'm, just kind of breathing and taking in the air, the beautiful, clean air. And I was looking at the trees. And first I was looking at them just kind of, you know how you're walking around, you just kind of look at things? Well, I was doing that, but then something happened. I realized that my focus, my perception energy, let's call it that. By that I mean, you know how you have a perception on things. Like you can perceive if somebody's kind of behind you on a bike, or you can kind of perceive that, there's people walking behind you or whatever. But it's kind of like almost, it's almost like just an analytical kind of awareness. This was different. I was kind of doing like that, like that's normal. And then as I was walking and I was looking at these trees, I felt my whole energy shift, like my perception energy. It went from kind of here to here. Suddenly it was my heart that was perceiving. It wasn't my head. It was my heart. And it was an amazing thing, actually, because what happened was I felt a shift. And then when it happened, my heart was reaching out. My heart was reaching out and seeing and connecting with the trees. It's a different feeling. And this, pick something that your heart responds to. Many things for me, except bananas. Anyway, but, or onions. But my heart responds to many things: dogs, butterflies, birds, flowers, beautiful, beautiful energy, people. Doesn't matter what they look like, but the energy of the people. And, but pick something that attach to something where where you get that heart connection. For some people, it's like a baby, right? They'll look at, oh, a baby, and their heart just goes to that baby, or a dog, or whatever. Well, it's a different feeling. It's a different vibe. It's a different experience than when you're looking at something and going, isn't that a nice baby? Oh, what a pretty baby, or what a cute dog. It's a different thing. It's like an explosion of connection, and it's coming from the heart. And I was finding that when I was walking along and I was looking at all of these trees as I was going by them, and I was not looking at them, I was being with them with my heart. And the trees, I had this cool thing happen. The trees started to reach back to me. And I was seeing that. It was like I was feeling the personality, the energy of the different trees, and they were all different. Like, wow, wow, wow. I just noticed there's a fly in the room. He just went by here. Not sure I'm going to connect my heart to the fly, okay? But maybe I should. But I'm not big on flies. Like, even there was a mouse along my deck last night. I was sitting on my deck. And a mouse ran along the rail, and I went, "Aw, no. My own fault. I had a table there, and that's where I feed Sammy, my squirrel. But anyway, I thought, oh man, because there's no way I'm gonna there's no way I can actually kill things. I might be able. I don't think I can kill the fly. I gotta wait till he dies, but he'll die tonight, probably on the floor. Anyway, but I digress. Anyway, the mouse ran along the railing, and I went, and he was quite large actually. He was gray and quite large, and I don't know, he looked kind of happy to me. And I went, So I got up and picked up the table, and I put it, way over by the fence in the back of my yard, and I thought, okay, I don't want to kill you, so please go over there. He's kind of cute though. Anyway, the trees, heart, connection. The trees were like, they're all different personalities. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of revisit my connection with the trees as I was going, and I'll just play the different experiences, the different energies, my heart connecting to these trees that were actually connecting back to me. That's what I'm going to do right now. It was a really happy tree. Beautiful. Then there was a beautiful evergreen, so beautiful, so nice. I actually went over and like I took her branch and I went, oh, you are gorgeous. And I felt this wave of love. It was like the tree was speaking to me. It's a happy tree. And there's a little guy. Beside a big one. Happy to be there in the subculture, the tree subculture. Then there was an old one. Kind of along the back a little bit, behind some other trees. I knew it was old because many of the branches were leafless. It was one of those trees that had the kind of coppery burgundy leaves. And this tree she was just absolutely grand. I mean, she had the branches, you could see I could see the years of growth, the years the tree has seen, you know. And there were branches that came out and they drew all these designs, and there were these gnarly things on all the branches. And many of them were bare, but there were so many branches that depicted a life, almost like the lines on the hand of an old person, how the lines will tell of the life the person has lived, the history. You can see it on people's faces, right? You can see from their faces the lives they've had. You can see where the lines of sorrow are, where the lines of worry are. Well, that tree had all the branches, and they were old, and they were all interwoven. And it was like her life history was being displayed there for the world to see, but she was kind of like, I think, resolved in resolved to the fact that nobody really noticed her too much anymore, but I did. And I walked over to her, and I picked up a branch, and the bark was all peeled in places, and it was like mold. And I picked up the branch, and I said to the tree, I said, "You are beyond beautiful. You are an absolute art piece. You are just a sculpture of history and life and beauty. I just absolutely love you. And I felt the tree just kind of like acknowledge. Tree kind of went, you mean somebody's seen me? I went, oh yeah, I see you. I see you. Do you know whatever we believe, really believe, it's really, really real? Guess what? It's really, really real. Of the people on this planet, I think there are, I don't know, 7 billion maybe. I bet you will not find 2 people, just my opinion, 2 people on the entire planet who will see things exactly the same way. I bet it's impossible. You know what? I bet it's impossible because No two people from birth to present have had exactly identical experiences. And every experience influences a person's belief, a person's way they see things, and how they look at reality and see reality. Every single experience will do that. So, no two people on the planet, I don't think, would see things identically to each other. What does that mean? What does that mean? Of all of that, is everybody right? Everybody wrong? Some right, some wrong? I don't think so. So therefore, if everybody is, let's hypothetically say, everybody is right. They're right in their view of reality. They're right about it because it's what they believe and it's how they're actually seeing. How can we judge? And how can we go, okay, well, what you're seeing is not correct, but what I'm seeing is. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't make sense to me. But I'll tell you what does make sense to me. What makes sense to me is if we know this, and then we get narratives or experiences or whatever that are designed by people who are putting out a reality that they want you to believe, whatever that might be. And if you buy into their vision of something as being true and it goes against what your own truth is, you will see that way and you will believe that. Which kind of brings me to this situation we've got going on here now, which is like the fear-based one, fear-mongering. And it's like, oh, they're going to do this, oh, they're going to do that. The more we talk about that and the more we dig around in it and make it real and solidify it and, you know, really start believing it, because, I mean, you're bombarded with some sort of a reality all the time. I talked about that in another video, right? But yeah, we're being bombarded with realities all the time. It's called manipulation. Duh. Anyway, the more we are fear-mongered and driven to believe things that may not be truth, because they could be manipulation with an agenda to just create a certain effect with people. And the more we dig into that and roll around in it and start agreeing with it, and then we start seeing it like that, guess what? That's what makes it happen. Yeah. Because if you see something and it's really, really real to you, it manifests in your reality, right? Manifests in your reality. I had experience, right? I had this experience. I've had it many times if I think about it. I'll tell you one. Many years ago, I was living in Toronto, and I was quite young, actually. And I met this young man. It was at a wedding. And this guy was like so cute. Unbelievably cute. Looked like a Billy Joel. He was an Italian guy. Real cute. Looked like Billy Joel. Looked like, you know, a little bit like Paul McCartney. Curly, dark, chocolate hair, big brown eyes, like this cute puppy dog face. Just cute as could be. And I was quite young as well. And, well, I ended up marrying him. You're going to laugh about this. The reason I fell for him and married him was because he's the only guy I'd ever known who could dance better than me. Hey, there's a good reason to marry somebody. If you're looking at my other videos, you're going to go, how many times has this person been married anyway? Life is long. More stories at a different time. But anyway, this young man, I ended up marrying him. But this guy, he was like, I wanted him to, I looked at this reality in my head that I wanted him to be. Like, I didn't tell him this, but I looked, not that I was even aware of it myself really all that much, but I wasn't cognitively aware of consciously creating this. I just kind of knew this is how I was seeing. I pictured him, as an, I pictured him as this kind of romantic, debonair kind of writer, who, like he was a writer, and he would he drove this Jag, and, he's real cute and all that. And, so I kept seeing him as this romanticized him as this like a writer, and he was like, this really deep guy who was a poet and all this stuff. Like, so I romanticized him like that. He didn't even like to read books. So I was kind of off base with that one. Anyway, needless to say, that relationship, I wouldn't say it ended badly, because we really, we had fun when we were young, and we were kids, and we had a lot of fun together. But just an example, if you can look at somebody and you can see them a certain way, and that's how they'll be to you, that's who they are. Then I had another relationship, I'll tell you about this one, where I was really confused about this relationship. And sometimes I would see this man as, like everything in the world. Wow. And other times I'd see him as like, not like that. And damn, I couldn't figure out which was which. I could not figure out which was true and which was false. But however I was looking at him is how I would see him. It was what was real to me. So I would look at him and I would see all this stuff, and I would embellish this with my highly creative imagination. I would embellish him with all of this incredible beauty and characteristics and depth and all this stuff. And then, like, I'd be not with him, and I would think, he's kind of mean to me. Or like I would think like, I'd see a different side, and then I would look at that, and I would look at, like, go down that road and see that fully, and I'm thinking, ooh. And I couldn't figure it out, because I could see, as an artist, I draw music, everything I do, right? I can pretty much create what I want to see and put it there, and that's what reality is. That's what I believe, and that's what it is. There is a bit of a foolhardiness to that. Do you think? I've since shifted footing and stepped out of that paradigm. And after a considerable amount of experience, I shifted out of that paradigm, and now truth is in your heart. Truth is in the heart. Connection is in the light. I'm going to say, when I say like, well, you can, I'll talk like that, but I'm talking about my own experience, right? And take it if you want, whatever. Yours is yours. But it's like, truth is in the heart, and I've been starting to see the trees. Rather than look at it as a tree, I'm feeling it with my heart as a energy, a live energy that is, conscious. Same with squirrels, mice, flies. I got a ways to go on that one. But truth is in the heart. And when looking at or like experiencing a now moment, what's the heart saying? Not the head. What's the heart? The heart is going to give an energy that's like, yeah, good one. Or the heart is going to go, oh, something not quite right here. Right, heart, truth. The light is the connection and the transaction. So when I connect and see a person, I don't see anymore with my head, and I don't see with my eyes. I see with my heart, and I see the light. I can see the light. I can see the shadow. I can see what the person is experiencing. I can see the energy. I don't see it with my eyes. I see it with my heart. And that energy transaction, I'll put out my light connection to that person, and I will get back that person, and I'll get back, if there's shadow, I'll get back whatever it is. Sometimes shadow is just what the person's going through, right? Has nothing to do with me. Has to do with what they've just been through, how they're feeling. Sometimes the shadow has to do with the intention. Talked about that in another video. Sometimes the shadow will have to do with something else going on, a different agenda maybe, a different motivation. Sometimes the shadow has to do with the person's heart and what they're dealing with. Sometimes it has to do with something they're not even aware of that they're feeling and just living at the time. But for me, it's a perception of light. And the light feels light. The shadow feels heavier. The truth is in the heart. If you want to test this, go out in nature. Go to a park. Look at the geese. Look at the grass. Look at a stone. Recently, I bought these beautiful pyramids, and they're all filled with crystals. They're so pretty. And when I feel the energy of them, like I feel it explode. They're just beautiful. And they all have different crystals in them. Look at that one. Isn't that pretty? I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's got a dark, dark blue and black and copper and gold. And the energy of this is just so lifting. It lifts me. And because it's a pyramid, the energy is expanded. Like it expands the energy a whole lot. And you can feel it if you connect to it. Look at this one. Isn't that pretty? It's got like a gold, and it's got, this is like, I believe there's amethyst in here, and there's black obsidian, and it's a white quartz, or rose quartz maybe. I think it might be rose quartz. And you can just put it up beside you and you just feel like, they feel different, right? People are the same. I decided to put my pyramids here when I play tonight. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. I wanted to just kind of spend a little time with you tonight. And it is night. So, having said that, Can't help it, you know. I find sometimes I go to all the same chords and stuff, but what can I say? Oh, I can say two things. One, expand my horizons. Two, you know, I guess I just like them. I like them. I like those sounds. I think they're really pretty. I can't help it. So I guess I got to try different rhythms and stuff like that. I don't know. I think I'll just kind of like do it with my heart. I was thinking a little bit there. Get the head out of it. Ah. Oh, I think that's about it for tonight, huh? Anyway, thank you for letting me share. with you. Thanks for being with me. I really, really appreciate it because I can feel you. I can seriously feel you. I really can. So thank you for being you. Thank you for standing up for your own truth. Thank you for standing in your truth, your sovereignty. You keep doing that, okay? As long as you do that, nothing can get you. Nothing. All you got to do is, if it's not your truth, if it's not what you want, if it's not the reality that you want to see manifest, don't allow it. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. I love you. I really do. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here with me at this point in time. I love the energy we all make. I love the energy we all have. I love what we're creating. I love where we're going. We're going to a beautiful place. And that beautiful place, you know what? It's right here. It's right here. Just a shift in perception. Just a shift in perception. That's all it is. So, what you want to have, what you want as reality, it's what you believe. Choose. Choose with your heart. Thank you. Thank you. It's been fun. Fun, isn't it?